DOGE XRP get ETFs. Token traders say meh. Crypto Daybook Americas. Your day-ahead look for September 19, 2025. By Omkar Godbole. All times ET unless indicated otherwise. The SEC, as market regulator, now couldn't be more pro-crypto if it tried. On Thursday, a spot ETF tied to one of the least serious cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin Doge $0.2707, debuted in the US alongside payments-focused XRP. Unlike Bitcoin BTC $1.16 for 38.55, Ether, ETH, and stablecoins, which act as stores of value and facilitate decentralized finance, memecoins like Doge are driven entirely by tweets and cult-like fandom, just like baseball or pro wrestling cards. Some observers are understandably worried that wrapping such an asset in an ETF gives it a false veneer of legitimacy, putting investors at risk. You might call this the peak pro-crypto SEC moment, when regulators become so friendly that even memecoins get their own institutional wrapper. And, coincidentally, peak liquidity moment too, because when cash flows freely, traders get more adventurous. That's one reason why the Fed may need to go slow with rate cuts. The crypto market seems unimpressed. Doge dropped over 2% in 24 hours, a sharp contrast to 2021, when a single tweet from Elon Musk could send it skyrocketing. The entire meme token gang is taking a hit. Names like M, Pump, and Toshi are down nearly 10% in the same period. XRP isn't getting off easily either, falling 2%. Bitcoin and Ether remain under pressure too, with traders aggressively seeking downside protection in the options market. The CoinDesk 20 index was 1.3% lower at press time. In other news, Consensus CEO reportedly said a MetaMask token is arriving sooner than expected. Popular newsletter writer Christine Kim relayed that Ethereum's Fusaka upgrade is scheduled for December 3rd. This upgrade bundles multiple Ethereum improvement proposals focused on enhancing data availability and reducing costs for Layer 2 rollups. Meanwhile, traditional markets aren't making it easy for crypto bulls. The dollar index and treasury yields edged higher. The Bank of Japan stayed put on rates, with two dissenters signaling hikes in the coming months. The central bank announced the gradual selling of ETFs to slim its bloated balance sheet. Stay Alert, by Oliver Knight. Crypto Treasury Companies. Spot BTC ETFs. Spot ETH ETFs. Source, Farside Investors. Crypto September 19, Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, which became the Grayscale CoinDesk Crypto 5 ETF on September 18, will uplist to the NYSE Arca exchange and start trading under the ticker GDLC. Macro September 19, 8:30 a.m. Canada July retail sales YOY estate not applicable. Previous 6.6%. MOM, final, EST-0.8% September 19th. After market close, quarterly S&P 500, 400 and 600 rebalancing takes effect. Adding Robinhood, Hood. Earnings. Estimates based on fact-set data, none scheduled. September 19th. Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, which became the Grayscale CoinDesk Crypto 5 ETF on September 18th, will uplist to the NYSE Arca exchange and start trading under the ticker GDLC. September 19th, 8:30 a.m. Canada July retail sales YOY estate not applicable. Previous 6.6%. MOM, final, EST-0.8% September 19th. After market close, quarterly S&P 500, 400 and 600 rebalancing takes effect. Adding Robinhood, Hood. None scheduled. Governance votes and calls Gnosis DAO is voting on a $40,000 pilot growth fund using conviction voting on gardens to empower GNO holders and support small, community-led ecosystem initiatives. Voting ends September 23. Balancer DAO is voting on an ecosystem roadmap and funding plan through Q2 2026. It sets growth, revenue, innovation and governance targets and requests $2.87 million in USDC and 166,250 BAL to fund initiatives. Voting ends September 23. Unlock September 20. Velo $0.01481 to unlock 13.63% of its circulating supply worth $43.39 million. Token launches September 19, 9 a.m. ETFs set to introduce XRP-backed stablecoin to flare September 19. Lombard, BARD. To be listed on Poloniex. September 20. Reserve rights RSR $0.007434 to conduct a token burn. Gnosis DAO is voting on a $40,000 pilot growth fund using conviction voting on gardens to empower GNO holders and support small, community-led ecosystem initiatives. Voting ends September 23. Balancer DAO is voting on an ecosystem roadmap and funding plan through Q2 2026. It sets growth, revenue, innovation and governance targets and requests $2.87 million in USDC and 166,250 BAL to fund initiatives. Voting ends September 23. September 20th. Velo $0.01481 to unlock 13.63% of its circulating supply, worth $43.39 million. September 19th. 9 a.m. ETFs set to introduce XRP-backed stablecoin to flare September 19. Lombard, BARD. To be listed on Poloniex. September 20. Reserve rights RSR $0.007434 to conduct a token burn. Day 3 of 3, AIBC 2025. Tokyo, Japan. Day 4 of 4. EdCon 2025. Osaka, Japan, September 19th. DefAI 2025. Tbilisi, Georgia. Aster, the native token of its namesake decentralized exchange, rose 33% in the past 24 hours to contribute a 650% gain since it was issued earlier this week. The token was touted on X by Binance founder Changpeng Zhao, who claims the token is a direct competitor to Hyperliquid's Hype. Nearly 330,000 wallets used Aster ahead of a series of exchange listings for the token, with daily trading volume hitting $420 million. The platform's introduction hasn't been without controversy. One of the Aster team members had to say funds are safe on Discord in response to concerns about whether funds could be withdrawn. It is also claimed that Aster is just a rebrand of Apollox, a decentralized perpetuals exchange that has been around for years. Nonetheless, the platform has proven attractive in the past 24 hours and is considered by some traders as a viable alternative to Hyperliquid, whose token has a market cap of $18.7 billion compared with Aster's $1 billion. AVAX is the only top 20 cryptocurrency to boast an increase in perpetual futures open interest over the past 24 hours. The rest of the coins have seen flat to negative OI, a sign of capital outflows. According to data source Glassnode, 5,000 BTC in long positions is vulnerable to liquidation if the price drops below $117,000. There is also a buildup of short positions at higher price levels, representing a sell-on-rise mentality. Most majors, excluding Link, DOT, and TRX, have seen net selling in futures, as evidenced by their negative 24-hour cumulative volume deltas. This indicates the possibility of a sharp drop in altcoins later today alongside a growing risk aversion on Wall Street. On the CME, Bitcoin futures OI has bounded to 149k BTC, ending a 2-month downtrend. Check the technical analysis section. Perhaps, fresh shorts are coming in, as the annualized 3-month premium remains below 10% and looks to be trending south. Ether's futures OI has risen back above 2 million ETH. On Deribit, traders continue to chase put options tied to BTC in a sign of lingering downside concerns. Flows over OTC network paradigm featured calendar spreads and put writing. BTC is down 0.9% from 4 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday at $116,531.51, 24 hours. Minus 0.61%. ETH is down 1.81% at $4,523.65, 24 hours. Minus 1%. CoinDesk 20 is down 1.82% at $4,334.77, 24 hours. Dash 1.27%. Ether CSR composite staking rate is up 3 bps at 2.92%. BTC funding rate is at 0.0042%, 4.5651% annualized, on Binance. DXY is up 0.24% at 97.58. Gold futures are up 0.34% at $3.690.80. Silver futures are up 0.86% at $42.48. Nikkei 225 closed down 0.57% at 45.81. Hang Seng closed unchanged at 26,545.10. FTSE is up 0.06% at 9,233.88. Euro Stoxx 50 is up 0.14% at 5,464.39. DJIA closed on Thursday up 0.27% at 46,142.42. S&P 500 closed up 0.48% at 631.96. Nasdaq Composite closed up 0.94% at 22,470.72. S&P/TSX Composite closed up 0.45% at 29,453.53. S&P 40 Latin America closed down 0.75% at 2,906 US. 10-year Treasury rate is up 1.4 bps at 4.118%. E-mini S&P 500 futures are unchanged at 693.75. E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures are unchanged at 24,709.50. E-mini Dow Jones Industrial Average Index are unchanged 46,503.00. BTC dominance 57.92%. plus 0.31%, Ether Bitcoin ratio 0.03879, minus 1.01%, hash rate 7-day moving average 991 EH/S hash price, spot $52.08 total fees 3.69 BTC/$432, 583 CME futures open interest 149,110 BTC priced in gold. 31.9 ounce BTC versus gold market cap. 9.03%. Open interest in BTC futures listed on the CME has surged from 133K to 149K BTC, ending a 2-month downtrend. The change shows renewed capital inflows into the market, although the direction of the flows remains unclear. Coinbase Global Coin closed on Thursday at $343.13, plus 7.04%, minus 0.62% at $341 in pre-market circle. CRCL closed at $140.42, plus 7.16%, plus 2.53% at $143.97. Galaxy Digital GLXY closed at $33.08, plus 0.21%, minus 1.75% at $32.50. Bullish BLSH closed at $65.61, plus 20.72%, minus 2.85% at $63.74. Mara Holdings Mara closed at $18.50, plus 6.69%, minus 0.65% at $18.38. Riot Platforms Riot closed at $17.51, minus 0.62%, minus 0.69% at $17.39. Core Scientific CORZ closed at $16.75, plus 2.95%, minus 0.12% at $16.73. CleanSpark CLSK closed at $13.46, plus 17.66%, minus 1.26% at $13.29. CoinShares Valkyrie Bitcoin Miners ETF WGMI closed at $41.10, minus 0.12%, minus 1.41% at $40.52. Exodus Movement EXOD closed at $29.26, plus 3.61%. Strategy MSTR closed at $349.12, plus 5.89%. Unchanged in pre-market. Semler Scientific SMLR closed at $29.49, plus 6.54%. Unchanged in pre-market Sharplink Gaming, SBET closed at $17.22, plus 0.58%, minus 0.41% at $17.15 UPXI. UPXI closed at $6.82, plus 12.08%, minus 1.03% at $6.75 Light Strategy. LITS closed at $2.71, plus 3.83%, plus 3.69% at $2.81. Daily net flows, $163 million cumulative net flows, $57.46 billion total BTC holdings, 1.32 million. Daily net flows, $213.10 million cumulative net flows, $13.89 billion total ETH holdings, 6.6 million. XRP and DOGE ETF smash records with $54.7 million combined day one volume. CoinDesk Rex Osprey's XRP ETF debuted with $37.7 million in trading, the year's largest ETF launch. The Dogecoin fund ranked in the top 5 with $17 million. Bitcoin traders buy more downside protection after Fed rate cut. Deribit, CoinDesk Bitcoin traders continue to eye downside volatility, hedging their bullish exposure despite recent positive signals, such as the Federal Reserve's rate cut. According to Deribit CEO Luke Strijers, that ARK doubles down on Soulmate, buys $162 million of shares after funding SOL Treasury purchase. CoinDesk Cathie Wood's ARK bought 6.5 million Soulmate, BREA, shares across 3 ETFs after taking part in the firm's $300 million raise to fund its Solana SOL $240.34 Treasury strategy. Gilts fall as deficit numbers highlight UK's fiscal woes. Bloomberg: the UK's budget deficit hit £18 billion, $24 billion, in August, the highest for the month in 5 years, pushing 10-year bond yields to 4.71% and weakening sterling.